I'm Dawn, also known as Knit Wolf.
And I'm James, also known as Wolf Photo. And this pot...
dear.
We're in a mood today, I tell you.
How can you not be when you're...
Yeah.
See if my...
Oh, you're...
It's motion, that's why I'm shaking.
Gotta shake.
Rudolph the Red.
Here you go. Welcome, new viewers. This is what you've been missing out all this time. This podcast is brought to you by Wolf Farms. You can find us on the internet at wolffarms.net.
Or behind, or in front of Santa's sleigh.
Or in front of Santa's sleigh, that's right. And each month we have a scent of the month, but this month we're doing something special. We got the 12 scents of Christmas. So we, every 2 days, are giving you guys a different scent on sale, 25% off. Everything we have in the shop. Some items we don't have a full inventory of all the bells and whistles, but most of them we do. So you can get 25% off on the soaps, lotions, bath salts, lip balms, candles, whatever we have around that's in that fragrance. And this coming week we actually have some of our more popular fragrances coming up just in time for Christmas. Starting Monday, which is today, if you're viewing today, Cherry Almond is on sale for the next 2 days. Then we go to Sandalwood. Then lavender, and then pomegranate. And I think cherry almond, lavender, and pomegranate are one of our more popular ones. So if you guys enjoy that, they're 25% off everything that we have. And then after Christmas, we actually will have whatever we have left Christmas scent-wise. We've been we sold out out of a lot of our Christmas stuff already. So
we might have to put something else special.
Yeah, we might have to adjust that because you guys have just been cleaning our shelves for us, so we don't have a lot of stuff to put on sale for the remainder part of the month. So we'll figure something out if we don't have anything else to put on sale. That would really not be very nice. So we'll put something up there. And I just also wanted to let you know that we've been working on expanding our line of lip balms. And so this last week we added 2 new scents, which Dawn really loves. We got popcorn. And
the popcorn smells just like the jelly beans. Just like the popcorn jelly beans.
Yeah, so we got popcorn. It's got the buttery popcorn flavor. And then we also have grape. So if you guys like grape, this one's a really good fragrance. I don't know if that's focusing or not. Let's see.
I can't decide if it's like the Jolly Rancher grape. It's more Jolly Rancher grape than like Bubblicious.
Yeah.
It's
good though. I mean, you open up the fragrant bottle, woo, it smells really good. So, but we have probably about 8 or 10 other fragrances, scents, flavors that we're going to be adding on for lip balm. So we're actually going to be expanding the lip balm line here pretty soon. So we have a bunch of good scents, tastes, flavors, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we did add these 2 this week. They're in the shop, ready for you guys to enjoy.
That was really
Dawn's
loud.
already.
Sorry.
Dawn's already enjoying them. She's like, oh yeah, no calories on that popcorn there.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so that's, I think, covers the shop stuff.
Yep. So farm happenings. We just kind of got done with our major farm happening production.
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
Our annual Christmas picture.
I go, come on. We have a week before Christmas. Quick picture, James. Quick. Keyword, quick.
It was quick for the most part. I only moved half the furniture in our living room and brought out all the lights, and we got a good picture. And it goes on our cart, so. But yeah, you know you're in for it when you ask me to take a picture. That's just how it goes, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you knit while I photograph, because I take a long time sometimes.
I didn't knit today.
No, not today, I know. But yeah, so yeah, that was our major farm happening, because it was a long work week and just not a lot going on. I got to go shopping today with Jimmy to shop for someone and get wrap up the Christmas gift getting, at least for my part, because Dawn shops for everybody else. So I have the tough job of buying for one, and I do it last minute. So
Yep, you do.
that's my task after I get done here.
So I wanted to. This is where my degree's going to come out a little bit again. I thought it'd be a good idea to talk a little bit about dealing with stress, because this is one of the biggest stressful times of the year. Whether it's dealing with those family members or, rushing to get all the knitting done, rushing to get gifts wrapped and shipped and everything else. And, a lot of us, turn to the stress turned backwards, which is desserts, which isn't a good thing because then it goes on the butt. So I'm going to quickly go through 10 little tips to dealing with stress and for the holiday season, and it's going to be any time of the year too. 1, dance it out. Turn on some fun music. When you're feeling all, you're going to kill that old granny or whatever, go and turn on some fun, energizing music and, who let the dog out, woof, woof, whatever. And, just let yourself
have fun.
And, or 2, if you're at the family gathering and you're feeling at your wit's end, go for a walk. Take some time out and just go for a nice, peaceful, quiet walk. Get away from all the hectic things going on and drama and, because that is all tied up with, this time of year, if you've watched, what's that Chevy Chase? Christmas.
You're talking about Christmas Vacation?
Yeah, that's prime example of the holiday atmosphere. 3, talk about it. Call somebody up on the phone and, if you're all stressed out and, vent. Yes. Or text them, I just need to get this out. I need someone to listen to me for a couple minutes, Don't bottle up all up inside and, because when you internalize stuff like that, it's going to come vomiting out all over. So, I'm being very graphic today.
I tell you.
4, breathe. I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. This is so important, and to take some deep breaths. Do the yoga. What's that? Ujjayi.
I am not a yoga person. So.
Breath. I know Knitting in the Sun. Elizabeth she teaches yoga.
Mm-hmm. She'll know. She'll be yelling at the screen.
I know, I can't even think of it right now. It's but just some cleansing breaths and, close your eyes and, listen to your breathing, calm down, count to 10. 5, go to bed early. See, this is my
Yeah.
But you're staying up late knitting, trying to get things done at the last minute, and, you need to take care of yourself. And, if you're tired, you're going to be grouchy. It's just, that and eating well. It's not even on my list, but rest and watching, what you're eating. If you're eating a lot of sugary foods, that's going to, put you on. It makes me really grouchy.
Yeah. I can tell when she eats sugar.
Yeah, one cookie does it for me. 6, focus on what you can control. You cannot change other people. You can only control what you say and do. Or events, So choose what you're gonna try to control. You really, the only thing is yourself.
Yeah.
7, reminisce on good times. This is also a time, if you've had deaths in the family, your people aren't able to come home or, visit family members who are far away, reminisce on the good times and the joyful times and happy times you've had for them instead of, getting depressed and, because this is another big time for depression to kick in, but, if we can focus on the good, good times. I'm going to tie this in with number 9 is for looking for opportunities for life challenges. I think to help prevent the depression at this time, if you focus on others, putting others' needs, going to the soup kitchen or whatever and serving a meal or, going and serving for the homeless, at this time, or putting together a box of a meal for somebody who can't afford it. Focusing on others, is a good way to I just lost my words. I'm hearing him grab my hand. It's
just to take the focus off of what you're going through and kind of put it. You can kind of put your energy towards helping someone else out, and that'll make you feel good.
So number 8, ask for a hug. Whether that's grabbing who's ever close to you and say, I really need a hug. As humans, sometimes we really need that physical connection to, the comfort and, just even a slight touch, we call Jimmy the Hollywood kind of hug, and, but even that just little bit of the human touch, I just totally had a whole side tangent on that, how that's so beneficial, with preemies, but we're not going to go there. And even online, on Cluck, they have the little emote, the hug, and, it's also important to be paying attention when you see that, not just, I need that hug, when you see somebody else, really pay attention, because that little happy face or that little hug could, really change their day or, And then 9, I already mentioned about, focusing on others. And 10, smile. And I always think of Elf, smiling's what I do best, and, but smile, it's what these, it's working out their muscles, causes wrinkles, which I'm really noticing lately. Sorry, choking to death now. Went down the wrong pipe. Don't do that when you smile. But people can't be upset. Well, I guess they could if they're negative people. But when you smile at someone, what's it automatically do?
You smile back.
Yeah, you instantly smile. So pass some smiling hugs around.
It helps if you have antlers on your
You'll definitely get smiles, And I bet these little bells are just driving your animals crazy.
Santa's coming.
So I just thought I'd throw those little tips out there and,
help you survive the holidays. Yeah, it'll be over
what's
soon.
What's that movie? Surviving Christmas. Yeah. We haven't watched that one yet.
No. We have, like I said, we've got a whole library of Christmas movies, and we have still got a couple more to go through. So.
Yeah, Lori had asked me for a list of recommendations. I'm like, you just need to live closer. It's like, here. Yeah. We've got a ton.
Yeah. Someone likes Christmas.
Yeah. So, in the coop.
In the coop. I'll let you get started with that one.
Wow, I only have one thing in my awesome little Happy Llamas Ploverbird bag. This is, see, I should have the picture already up front. This is Sean the Shelf Elf by Kimberly Gintar of the Giving Flower podcast. Kimberly. Isn't he cute?
Mm-hmm.
And I am...
That's so funny. You've been sitting over there knitting on that all night last night, and I had no clue what you were knitting because it doesn't look like the picture because you got to do it. Oh. You're doing it in different color. I was like trying to figure out what you were doing, so. You get
I
to see it
also
in a
have
minute.
something in the coop that I can't show. That might have been why he didn't know what I was knitting. And this is done. I got my bag quite full. This is done with Spinning Fates Tula Sock Buddy the Elf. Did he just meow? Mm-hmm. Oh. See, Buddy the Elf. Because it's an elf! And then I'm using some kind of old Knit Picks gloss in the Serengeti color. Because this is the only kind of fleshy color that I had. So since it's California, he's going to be a tan elf.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because that's all I had. I had like a cream, but I didn't want my elf as
Snow White,
Snow
huh?
White, yeah. Oh, that reminds me, see.
Yeah.
Phew,
Yeah, I know.
We're watching Once Upon a Time, and it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
So this should be called Sidetracked episode. So I got his body done. And I'm starting in on his head. That's the fleshy part. And this is done on my black thorn needles. Mm-hmm. I like these. But I'm noticing the black is starting to come off.
Really?
Yeah. So
It
that's
shouldn't.
not
It shouldn't
good
start.
because it's carbon.
Yeah, I was gonna say it shouldn't.
I know Michelle,
start.
Dancing Dog's husband, told her to throw hers away because hers.
Yeah,
work.
it can cause an issue.
Yeah. So, and then I stuffed it with kind of cool. Mm. Stuffed it with some, about 1/4 of a cup of popcorn, unpopped.
Well, if you want your buddy, the shelf elf, to fatten up, just stick him in the microwave. It'll
Yeah. Yeah. The other things on my needles is a Susan Claudino pattern. So after the holidays, I'll show that. So,
yeah. So, is it my turn?
Yeah, that's
to show
all
what's
that's
on
in
my coop.
On your coop?
On my coop, in my coop, around my coop. All right, let me get everything unloaded here, because I've got a surprise for you. I am now knitting something different. I am actually knitting the Zuzu Petal shawl cowl, right? That's a shawl cowl, right?
Yeah.
For my lovely wife. And I just started that last night.
It's by Karina Spencer, and this was gifted by Sadie Blue Ruin, or We Shoot Stars, or however you want to call her, of the Yarnivore podcast.
Yeah, and I am knitting this with Madeline Dosh. Not that I'm a yarn snob or anything, but we're doing it in the Tarte colorway. And let's see, what size is that? DK.
Tosh Merino DK.
Yeah. And here is the yarn. Isn't that nice?
That is so pretty.
Nice red with dark highlights there. I'm knitting these with signature size 6. So I got those, and I've got a little bit, I've got it started. So I need to knit out like 87 stitches and stuff, and I'm still working on that. But I just got started last night because I finished my other knitting project. So let me hold that up for you.
So this is a lot of learning. It's, got the garter tab cast on and picking up stitches and...
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Make it wild. It'll probably look like a hat when I'm done because I'm so used to that. But no, it's coming along. I can read, and it's just basically repeating the pattern and getting it wider as it goes out, as you keep yarn over, to keep expanding it out. So I haven't got to the hard stuff yet.
So how do you like those needles?
They're okay. They're slipperier than the your other one, Hiya. Hiya,
Hiya, hiya, hiya.
But they seem to, the yarn seems to slide on them more. And what are you doing?
I was seeing if it was recording.
Oh, it's recording.
I'm just being goofy.
Yeah.
Well, because I can only see the time if I move my antlers.
Your antlers are blocking the clock. So, but no, they seem to be a bit slipperier than the Hiya. So I don't know if that's the yarn. I don't know if it's the needles, but it seemed when I was first starting with just like little bit of yarn, it kept wanting to like slide off the needles. And
because you start off with a garter tab, you have the 2 stitches and you knit for 6 rows. You know, that's not giving anything in the pattern away. You know, so he like 2 stitches and phew, you know, it's like
I only lost them I think once officially, where they actually came off the needle and everything. But I needed some assistance getting that going. But now that I'm going, you know, it's coming along, and so I have a new project, different color to work with. So, but yeah, so that is what's in my coop, and you know, we'll get that going and see how it
Think
comes
you'll have
along.
that done by Christmas?
Sure, no problem.
Christmas next year.
I didn't say which one, but yeah, I should have it done by a Christmas. But yeah, so it's something new, learning some new techniques. So I'm still a newbie, still trying to figure out how to navigate the dialect of the knitting pattern. So there's new things on there that I'm learning. So
Yep. So flown the coop. I've got a couple things that flew the coop. This is, I should have had my hat dummy.
yeah. You look at me. Thank you. You stuck me in antlers today, so I can't model your hat for you.
This is the For Good hat by Megan Williams, done with mountain colors in the Yellowstone colorway. Megan Williams of the Stockinette Zombies, but you all know that. So it's all done except
the buttons.
I need the buttons, still not there, so it's still not photographed for my Ravelry page yet, but
Yeah, I got to make the buttons still.
yeah,
That's on my list.
that's another thing you gotta do today. So,
Never an end to the fun.
It's really pretty. And you can't even tell I got it on. It's on my head. So
Yeah, blends right in.
really nice pattern, and it's gonna be warm because of the mohair in it, you know, so
Cool.
So I got that done, and then I thought, I don't know why I thought I had so much time on my hands before Christmas, because this actually has to be shipped too. This is for my niece, and I call it the Leela the Ladybug because my niece's name is Leela. And I know Jenna Retro Lemon, Jenna Krupar, yes, I can't even think of what she calls it. It's Lula, the fiber spinning ladybug is what it's called. I'll have it linked. But it is so cute. And you can see her little antlers. I used 12 millimeter eyes. I can't remember what was actually called. I think 9. She called for 9, and I didn't have them. But I kind of like her because it makes
the
big buggy eyes. And then buttons for the dots or spots. And this is just red heart, you know, because it's going to a kid. So yeah, that was really fun, and it's so cute that I'm like, I'm gonna have to make me one now. I'm like, oh,
put it in your collection of toys and whatnot.
Super great pattern. You know I can grab her pattern and not have to worry about, you know, you just follow the directions.
Yeah.
And so, yep.
Pretty awesome.
All her patterns that I've knit so far have been really great. And except one thing I do gotta say is I had already had it printed from when, and Jenna actually gifted this to me for my birthday, I think. And I had printed it out back in July, and I think that's when she came out with it. And I got to the leg part, and I was on some medicine because I had a cold this week, and I'm like, this is not working. What the heck does she mean? Because it was like knit 8 stitches back in for 8 rows or something like that, or knit 6 stitches for 8 rows. And I'm like, this is not working, you know? It's not making leg looking. It was more, it helps to go to your Ravelry pattern list. And if it says update, that means, you know, there was a correction in the pattern and it updates your pattern. But, you know, I was going from the original when it first, you know, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, and I'm like, so yeah,
you got that figured out, huh?
What's that error? Not a server error. I'm into computer right now.
I have no idea where you're going.
It's my fault, not the pattern's fault.
Oh,
there.
Yeah. User error.
User. That's
knitter error.
Knitter error. So yeah.
Not designer error. Huh?
No.
Yeah.
Because the pattern that I can't show is like really, it's a little awkward. That I can't tell you about.
Till after Christmas.
Well, it's a lot of, you do it yourself, however you want it done, and I don't want to think. I want to take the pattern and go, you know. So yep, super great pattern. Cool. I love it. I'm gonna have to knit it again for me. Then I don't know.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah. So.
Is that all that's flown your coop?
I think so.
Okay.
What flown your coop?
Let me see. I've got to get this cat.
His
Trouble
butts
has been my buddy all day long here. And so now, I have my hat. My wide-ribbed beanie by Woolly Wormhead was done in the Dancing Dog Dye Works Puppy Aaron Waite. Chubby Puppy Aaron Waite. And
no, you gotta first show it how it. I'm like, he took this off the needles, and I'm like, James, what did you make?
It's a warmer. It warms your head. But anyway, so yeah, I've got this done.
Knitting. Show how much
knitting. See, here's my little dicky do down here, and so basically, I doubled. I had this half done, and I basically did that half in the last week.
Because you added inches to this one.
The first one I had done, before doing the decrease portion, I had knitted 9 inches. 7 inches, or 6 inches for, I think, the pattern, and 3 for the brim. And then this one, I added an extra inch, so it's a little bit bigger, longer. So, and then I started working on the decrease, But yeah, so it's basically ready to go. It fits really well. I can't show you with my my antlers on, but yeah. So I basically knocked that out like I was saying I would. So
yeah, he was determined.
Yeah, I was working at it, and
I'm like, well, you had more yarn the last time. Why don't you use up more of your yarn? And his face kind of went like, because every inch he was like measuring.
Well, I was like trying to figure out where, you know, I like. You know, I have to know when I have to stop so I can start decreasing if I'm following the pattern. Yeah. And so I figured out how many rounds it takes to get an inch worth of pattern on. So it's like
you know, this would also be good if, what are those Hickory Farm?
Oh, the sauces.
Yeah. You could decorate your sausage.
Well, I mean, if you had a really big one, like the size of a melon. Yeah, so
nitty witty shield.
And what
shield.
Okay, but one thing I found that made me speed along is that I didn't mess up, which means I didn't have to go back stitches. I just kept going forward, so that really kind of helped. But I did finish this up yesterday afternoon, so yeah. Because I got to the point where it was decreasing the night before. I had like started the decrease. I did 2 rounds on that, but then the last little bit was a pretty quick finish up, and then the tie off. Yep. So, yay! Project number 2 under my belt. So I figured I'd do something for Dawn because because that would be, I don't know, how many hats can I wear, it's...
Well, I brought you out like 3 or 4 projects.
She's like, oh, I got another pattern for you. Oh, I got another pattern. None of these I can start without your help because,
But of course, he chooses the one with the Madeline Josh.
This is one I picked out a long time ago. If they've been watching, they know this is one that I've actually had in my waiting to hatch. So now it's finally in the coop. So we'll see, and I will get that one underway. Hopefully, I won't be. I'll have some time because I got a couple more days of work, and then I'll be off for a week and a half. So, woo!
So, Farmer's Market. This week I'm going to highlight Girlfriend's Knitting, which is Ca Shirley Carolyn. She has an Etsy an Etsy shop called Girlfriend's Knitting. I'm just getting
Why don't you take a drink of water and
Girlfriend's Knitting of the Girlfriend's Knitting podcast. And she is making stitch markers. That girl has been busy. She has 29 as of today. Because I know there's some missing because she had these cookie cutter ones that were really cute. They're gone already. Boom. So, but she has tons of gorgeous, 29 different sets of stitch markers and little bitty butterflies and different color beads, and some are different sizes. So if you need them for bigger needles, or smaller needles, or so you could get a couple different sets to go with your different needle sizes. So check that out. Another shop I want to highlight on Etsy is Spartacus Dyes, and that's Marigal of the Exchange Student and Fiberland podcast, and both of these are video podcasters. Marigal has a lot in her shop. She has sock weight yarn, which she has like sparkly base, and just normal bases, and I pay attention to the sparklies. She has worsted weight. She has messenger bags. She has project bags. She has little notion bags that have a key ring on it, so you can attach it to your other bags. Just lots of stuff on there, and she just updated, I think, yesterday or last night. So she's got a lot of new, fresh stuff up there. So go give both of them a look-see.
You might find something you like.
Yeah. So
pretty awesome.
Squeal like a pig. Let's see, what should I'm going to start with the patterns that we were gifted on Random Active Pattern Day. You and I were both gifted from Natalie Ford the Pine Hills scarf. And that was gifted by Natalie Ford, who is the designer. And so thank you. And you can use sock weight yarn, and it's, it confused me because I saw magic loop. Why would you magic loop a scarf? But it's where you can, so the back doesn't look, it looks the same.
Oh.
So whichever way you flip it. So, because I was like, why in the world would I magic loop a scarf? That's going to make double the work for me.
Is that like a tube then? So it just goes, oh, okay, I gotcha.
So both sides look good, because if most scarves you only show one side because the other side looks like poo.
So it doesn't matter what side or how it's laying.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
thank you.
So then it's Psycho Manda. She gifted me the Ecuador by Joji Locatelli, which is beautiful. And her and I are gonna knit along with this sometime. She's already got the yarn and pattern and everything ready to go. I told her I'm going to have a huge list for stitches. That's really cute. I still don't know if I want to make it short sleeve or long sleeve. But I like how it drapes. Really cool. And then Michelle G, 37. Jeez. Gifted me the Walpole.
Walpole.
Okay. It's an oversized raglan cardigan by Hannah Fettig. And I love the Hannah Fettig patterns. This just looks so cozy. You know, just when you're cold in the house and just put this on and snuggle up with a hot cup of tea. And it's really pretty.
Yeah. Perfect time of year for that.
I'm like, look at all the sweaters. And then creatively, Shanda gifted me the Sheepish. And this is a, what's the designer's name? I just keep seeing Dominatrix and doesn't say.
On the back?
Yeah, I'm getting there. Oh, maybe the backpack.
Yeah.
It's a cheese zombie, Etsy.com.
No.
Kara Grabner. I'm probably killing that. Kara? It's a sheepy. With little bulgy eyes. He's so cute. So yeah, looks fun to do. And this is knit. This is because she does knit patterns and crochet patterns. So that's that face. that beautiful face. It glows, it shows. I just had to continue it.
I know.
So thank you guys.
Thank you.
And also Squeal Like a Pig, a box
got a couple more
came today. Not today, the other day. When I was feeling really poopy.
Yeah.
And my friend Melanie, Mad79, sent a box of goodies, and they were all, each thing in the box was tissue wrapped separately. So it was like...
Well, a bunch of presents to
it was
open,
really fun. So, cute card. Oh, and I got a cool card from JetGirl1313 the other day. It's up on my wall, though. You're stuck on my wall, Katie. I got all excited and I stuck you.
Our Christmas cards plaster the wall over there, so.
But not one of them pictures was her going, So.
Maybe she ran out when it was time to take the Christmas picture. She had to order some more lip balm. Maybe some popcorn.
Yeah. So there was hot cocoa in the package. There's, and it's been so hard not to open this. And I thought if I could cut it really good. But this is Adagio tea and the gingerbread.
Gouge it out on the back where nobody'd ever see, huh?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Well, you can open it now because you're already showing it.
So yum, because I love Adagio teas. And I thought they had stopped being good because they... forever trying to get my chocolate chip tea. Over 2 months waiting. And I'm like, So I wrote them, but they said, they would be getting it.
Then you ordered it.
Then I ordered it, and they shipped me the wrong, because I order a pound, the big old honking bag. Wrong. Yeah. But I wrote them and say, you shipped me the wrong stuff. So they... for no fee, shipped out the correct stuff. So.
They let you keep the wrong stuff, and then they shipped you out the chocolate chips.
Super good customer service.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. They're back on the good list.
Yeah.
They're no longer on the naughty list. And then, candy corn. And then... a little tie beanie Strut the rooster.
You'll fit in.
Yawn?
Yes, I did. I felt the need for extra oxygen.
And then she made 2 snowflakes. And she sent me a text. Aren't they beautiful? Mm-hmm. She sent me a text yesterday where she hung hers on her window. Mm-hmm. So it looks like, snow on the window. It looks so pretty. Mine are going on my tree.
Did she use the starch on those?
Yeah.
To make them rigid?
And so she... and then she sent me an elf. Isn't he cute? I saw her knitting this, and And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Buddy.
You know, every elf we have is going to be called Buddy.
Yep.
Because
He is so cute.
it's
And
his
he's sparkly.
favorite.
Yeah, and he's sparkly. I don't know if you can see his sparkly little buddy.
See, the yarn color on his skin is about the same as yours. So.
Yeah, because he came to California.
Yeah,
He got a tan. So thank you, Melanie.
Pretty awesome. Lots of good stuff.
Yep. And
Nice.
then I was told I need to change. It's no longer Squeal like a pig for today. It's Cluck like a chicken. Cluck like a chicken. Cluck, cluck, cluck. You're looking at me like, oh my God, honey.
We're having fun.
At least I didn't say. Another
bring Craig
package came in the mail
From the North Pole.
from the North Pole, and I gotta show you this card because it's just too cute. So this is from Amanda Knit Psycho, and I can't believe she did this. She even texted, "Don't cry." She sent the leftover yarn scraps for my blanket, and here I'd given her such a ration of crap because she worked on hers this week, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know. And so she was adding the colors to her blankie. Mm-hmm. You know, she got me into that addiction of the sock blanket. This has been of the Knit Psycho podcast. Amanda, that I talk about all the time. How she kept this a secret, I don't know, because she knows I stalk her. She made me socks. Not just any socks. These are the socks that rock funky chicken socks. Look at this. This is tons of work. Look at how pretty. And
those are awesome.
These are, and you can, I don't know if you see the detail. These are little chicken feet. And that just.
Those are.
But I mean, look. I mean, this is. Look it. This is hard. These would take me forever. It just.
Awesome.
And then, this yarn is. I've never knit with this yarn, and it is so soft. And did I say it's Blue Moon Fiber Art Socks That Rock? STR. I think I said STR. But yeah. Oh, and they. Like I told her yesterday, I'm just at a loss for words. I've never had someone make me socks. Yeah. She is the sock knitting queen. That girl can crank out a pair of socks and.
This is so much detail in it. Yeah.
This is. But she said, you know, when she got this, because I think it's a kit or the monthly club, and she said it just reminded her of me. I don't know why you think chickens were. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
So, yep, this was her secret project. You know, I thought it was for, you know, someone in her family, you know, because she's been talking about a secret project on her podcast. You know, like, oh.
Now you know.
Oh, I know what it is. So.
You just stalled out.
I know, I lost where I was. I guess it's picking on the farm.
Yeah.
See, now after the podcast, I can go put them socks on.
Yeah. Put the socks on, go brew up some gingerbread tea.
Yeah. So, picking on the farm.
Okay, picking on the farm. Today I thought I would talk about actually taking pictures in black and white. This is one of those things that a lot of photo classes, you start off, back in the day, you used to start with black and white film because it's easy to develop and you go through it. But as you're learning photography, you start to develop an eye for what works in black and white. Now, with digital cameras, most people don't go through that process anymore, and so it's a little bit of a challenge if you are wanting to try that out. I got some tips to help you out with that, because I know with the what's the photo app that you do, the Instagram, that you can, there's filters and you can turn them black and white and all of this stuff. There's certain things you need to pay attention to where there's differences between color and black and white. So let me kind of delve into that first, and we'll start with basic camera settings. When you're using a digital camera to do black and white photography, go ahead and take your pictures in full color. Some cameras actually have a setting to save it in black and white, but if you're saving it in the JPEG image file, you lose all of your color information. So it's best to take it in color and then go to your computer and turn it to black and white. This way you have all that information if you want to go both ways with the picture. Because if you do switch over to black and white and it's saving in the compressed image file, the JPEG format, you'll lose all the color information, so you can't do anything to go back to color with it. So that's one thing you might want to do. The other option is, if you have a more advanced camera that saves in raw image format, you could actually set it to display black and white. The raw image will save all the color for you. So there you have an option if you want the camera to display black and white. For the more advanced cameras, you can do that and still retain the color information. So just kind of some basic camera settings that you should be aware of. But once you get done taking your picture and you take it over to your camera, then you can start working with it in black and white. You put in your, Photoshop or whatever photo editing software you have, and you can easily convert that over to black and white. The thing that you need to pay attention to as you're taking pictures is, with color, color plays a role in the overall dynamics of a picture. When you start going to black and white, color plays no role. And so we see in color, and we need to train our eyes to start thinking more in terms of tones, because a red and a green put together that have the same tone in black and white will look like the same color. There will be no distinction between them. Whereas on a color image, you clearly see those differences. And so you need to look at pay more attention to the tones. You also need to pay more attention to more shapes and stuff, because like I said, the color, when you take color out of the equation, it really gets the picture down to what makes up that picture. And so I've got some examples of pictures that are I've got in both color and black and white versions, to kind of show you that one picture that is the focus in on it because of the color is different than when you convert to black and white. I've got a little old-fashioned pump from my industrial series photo thing, but the rust colors in this picture lend to the makeup of the picture itself. When I convert this to black and white, that rust color is no longer there. But what you focus on now is the texture of the metal and how worn it is. You get the age from the texture because you don't have that rust thing. It's the same picture, but because you convert it from color to black and white, those two pictures actually have focus in different areas. So this is what you need to start thinking. When you remove the color, what should I be focusing on? And so those are kind of things that you have to start gearing towards. And it's a learning process. You need to go out, you need to shoot it, see what works, what doesn't, go back and go out there again and do it. And so I've got a landscape here that I took. One of them is really, actually, I like it more in color.
I do too. That's what I was just thinking.
I actually cleaned this one up in Photoshop on the color side, but you know, like I said, throwing up my car picture in color and my car picture in black and white, the image itself just takes on a different nature entirely.
Well, when it's in black and white, it looks more zombie-fied. You know, like you expect to see the zombie coming out from her dead bodies.
Where's her imagination? But some pictures actually work better in color, and that's what I want to let you see, is that I think the car picture actually works better with all the colors: the blue sky, the green brush, the rust-colored metal cars out in the middle of the desert. All of that works together. The color actually lends itself. So not every picture is going to be good in black and white, and that's where you need to kind of play with it. Portraits are another thing too that tend to be on the black and white side, really kind of add a different dynamic to it. But you can take, you know, color portraits and black and white portraits. It just gives it that sense, but you have to play with it. And
for portraits, I like, you know, like in your lens work book, when you capture an older person, you know, you can get the crags and wrinkles and it tells a story. You can see it, you know. Yeah.
Well, kind of leads me into my next part. I wanted to talk about black and white. No, that's okay. No, that's lead me right along, because one of the things that you can do, there's certain things you cannot do in color that you can do in black and white to help enhance a picture. Black and white, well, in color, when you adjust contrast, it skews your color. It changes how the color looks. And so if you increase your contrast in a color picture by any measurable amount, it starts to change the look of the color, and you really get an unreal look to a color picture where you adjust the contrast. On the other side, in black and white, contrast oftentimes improves a black and white picture because it makes more definitive lines. It makes a better separation between the light and dark areas. It helps to distinguish between those. And these are general, things. There are some that are really good black and whites that are full range and just really smooth. But you don't have the option in color to really mess with contrast. That's one of those things that you can't do. But if you switch it over to black and white, if you take a picture and convert it to black and white and aren't happy, it looks really muddy, work on the contrast. Kick up the contrast a bit, and it'll start to give some separation between the different...
That's done on like Photoshop, not on your camera.
Yeah, no, this is everything that you do. Like I said, you take the picture in color, and you do everything else back at your computer for digital.
Just clarifying.
Yeah, so yeah, once you get back to Photoshop or Google's photo editing app, there's a...
Or your Insta frame or Insta collage.
Whatever works for you, but those are things that you want to try working on the contrast and stuff. And one other thing, overcast days are really poor to take color photography because the color vibrates when the sun hits it, and when the sun hitting the color it makes the colors vibrate. I mean, in terms of they really radiate and pop. On an overcast day, taking pictures out in color actually is really bad. But it actually is a really good day to go take black and white pictures.
I was going to say, you always want positive sky.
Yeah, well, that's a whole other thing. But but yeah, so actually, if you have a really overcast day and it's just really gloomy, go take pictures with the intent of doing black and white and see what happens. Because I think those days they mute the colors, but they also add that dynamic to a black and white picture that could really be neat. So
well, that's my favorite kind of weather.
yeah, I know. So, but anyway, so that's some tips on black and white photography. Hopefully that'll help you out.
Well, I noticed when on the picture of me and Fuji, I don't know if you're putting that one up. Really, I like it better in the black and white because the cowl shows up the knit stitch so much more than in color.
Yeah, because color...
My highlights look really good.
the color is a component that is actually acting on your visual perception of an image. When you take that color away, then you're left with just the structure of what's in the picture, not the color, so it tends to make your mind pick up on different things. You're no longer distracted by the green cowl. No. You're now looking at the stitch that made up that cowl. Oh,
cowl. I thought you said green cow.
Yeah, the green cowl,
I'm like, wow, are you seeing a green cowl?
So, but anyway, so hopefully, if you want to try and be artistic or whatever, play with it, because it's one of those things you really have to play and experiment with. But the contrast one, play with the contrast a bit. Go on overcast days and try and take advantage of those where color doesn't work that well. Black and white is something that would, and just have fun with it, because it just takes some working with anything to kind of learn what works and doesn't. So I think with black and white, it's one of those things they just don't do in school anymore, because now it's all digital. So
yeah, and I was having issues because I'm doing this daily photo challenge, and one of the days was black and white, and I thought, oh, that'll be easy, because it looked like I was farting. I wasn't. I was seeing the time.
Nice.
I thought, oh.
Get distracted today, huh?
And so, I thought, oh, that's an easy one. Because, we take a lot of black and white, but with my cell phone, it was like, whoa, totally what I had, was envisioning, It's like,
yeah. I've done black and white for so long.
Yeah,
I could see and I could look and know how it's going to look in black and white, just because I shot black and white so many years. I know how that's going to come across, but that's just from me doing it so often. And you can get that way too, by just taking the pictures and going and playing with them, because then you'll start to say, oh, well, that red and that green really, those tones are the same, and they look the same. And so, if you have a wall that's, half green, half red, and it might make a great color picture, but you put it together and it's like there's no difference between it, So
yeah, this, going back to my in the coop, because I was knitting on it, has to be knit on a pillow, because once you stuff it, it's heavy. You can't just hold it in your hands and knit. So, what? I thought you were done. Oh, it's just I thought it's hard. It's hard on the wrist, so you got to really something to think about. Your heavy elf.
You're just all over the place. So let me flick it back to you, and then you could. I thought you had something to say about black and white photography because you were going down that road. But so that's it for picking on the farm. Back to you.
So in the arena, I listened to a new to me podcast this week. It's called Chaotic and Crafty Podcast. It is an audio podcast. There's 4 episodes, and you can find it on iTunes and other places. I download from iTunes, so that's why I say that. It's easy. Mm-hmm. It's a crochet and other crafts, but her main focus is crochet, so it's a whole different slant, so that was really cool. And she does have a Rav group, and you might want to know who I'm talking about. She's Chaotic Hooker on Ravelry, and I'm pretty sure that's her Plurk name too. Her Instagram name's totally different. And I have no idea what it is right now. I can see it, but it's not a name.
So she does the Chaotic and Crafty podcast.
Yes. And her name's Amber, and she lives in California, down in LA.
Yeah.
So North Hollywood area. So
Not too far from us.
yeah. She's down by Allison 1031 of the Hollywood Knitter podcast. So so yeah. 2 audio girls down there. And she has 3 cats and 3 iguanas, and she hasn't mentioned those on her podcast yet. I'm like, I saw it on her profile. I'm like, ooh, 3 iguanas, and you haven't even mentioned them? So I thought that was cool. So
Cool.
give her a listen, and so yeah, all that will be linked. Roundup.
Roundup?
Rounding it up.
Are we rounding it up?
Yeah,
Nothing in What to the Duck?
Oh, I might, who knows, I might come up with
Yeah, you
something.
might start throwing something back to the beginning, huh?
So,
We just want to thank everyone for the iTunes reviews. If you can take some time to leave some reviews for your favorite podcasters.
and this is a perfect time of year, to be
gifting
them.
some good reviews.
Yes.
If you don't like them, just don't watch them. I mean, that's, get on with it and find something that you enjoy. But if you do enjoy them, then just take the time to say so and give them a rating, and that helps the podcasters down the road, get ranked and stuff. So we appreciate that for those that take the time to do it.
Yeah.
Buttons.
I don't know.
Wolf Farm video podcast button, which we don't have on the table right now. You can get one free if you ask for one when you have a paid order at Wolf Farms. Just put in the comment section as you're checking out that you like one of our video podcast buttons, and we will be glad to throw one in for you for free.
Yep.
And I think that's about it.
Well, I do want to send out our thoughts and prayers and for the Sandy Hook school shooting that happened this week in Connecticut, and just keep them in your thoughts and prayers. It's such a horrible tragedy. I'm not going to get into it, but it's beyond words. So, especially this time of year makes it even worse, not that any time of year of the year, just doubly worse at this time.
Just keep those families in your thoughts and prayers. So.
Yeah. So until next time.
Let's get cracking.
And
Passionate.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.